Good afternoon and happy Friday, everybody. It's Chelsea Whittington of CWIT PR, and what an exciting day it is in Gary, Indiana. We're over here at Faith Networks, and we just had an amazing open house ribbon cutting, but actually this activity has been taking place all day. And I am so fortunate to be joined by the leaders over at CWI to talk more about what has happened today. Lisa and Samantha, I'll start with you. Lisa, will you introduce yourself, give your full title, even though everybody knows who you are?
Hi. Yes, Lisa Doherty, President and CEO of Center of Workforce Innovations.
And Samantha, new to the team?
Yes, ma'am. Samantha Smith, Director of Adult Education for CWI.
So one of the things, Lisa, that you and I well know just from all of the different organizations that you have represented and led, that workforce development is a key component to economic success in Gary, Northwest Indiana, but especially Gary. You and your team have partnered with Pastor Apostle Dennis Walton to get some programming going in the community. Can you talk about what's happening at your facility as well as here?
Yes, absolutely. Well, the workforce landscape hasn't been more challenging and or had more opportunity than what's presented to us in the coming years. There are some great projects that are happening in the community that we've got an opportunity to prepare our workforce for. And so the partnership with Pastor Walton is amazing. His vision here is very inclusive. The population that he has relationships with are in need of basic adult education, and Samantha and the team are bringing it to him and to his clientele.
Yes, I hear it all the time, representing the school district and other organizations in the community. They're like, we need to make the population viable so they can be employable. I know you all are headed to the next meeting, so Samantha, just talk to me quickly about your role when it comes to adult education, because we have individuals who may not have gone the traditional path, right? But they want to empower themselves to get employment opportunities that are viable and they can support their families.
Yes. So part of our conversation is always that we understand that things have happened, that the traditional school system is not the setting for all students.
That's right.
So that's where adult education comes in. Through adult education, people can still get those foundational skills in literacy and numeracy that will allow them to be viable candidates for any employer anywhere. That credential is good coast to coast, north to south, the bigger the city or the smaller the city. That HSC or high school equivalency will support them in all of their employment efforts. And for us, it's really just about the service. We want to serve students in such a way that their life and their experience goes out as a testimony to what they were able to do with their education.
Well, this partnership as a Gary native and a Gary resident means everything to us. Lisa, Samantha, thank you for this important work that you are doing, and this won't be the last time we'll speak.
Oh, no,
I'll let you get to LaPorte and keep making a difference. Thank you. And we're going to move on to the man of the hour. You see him in every pocket of the community because he's forever working to make a difference, to make our lives better. It's Apostle Dennis Walton. Hello, it's a good day. Look at that smile. It's a good day.
Showing all 32.
And behind us, there are those who attended today's ceremony, and they're actually walking through the lab. But I want to walk back for the folks who are just tuning in to give a full recap of what's going on here and the whole nuts and bolts of the partnership.
We are excited that businesses, organizations, churches, and just individuals are choosing to come together and put our resources together for a cause that is greater than ourselves. CWI, being the focus partners today, is partnering with us, and their goal is to, of course, give the education piece and the wraparound services for this area of disparity where great need is concerned. FaithWorks Networks and Computer Skills and Training Center realize that we cannot do it alone. People come in from all different levels, and so when they come in for recovery, they're going to need to recover before they get education.
That's right.
And then when they get the education, they're going to need some vocational training so they can get in the workforce. Then when they get in the workforce, then they're going to need housing. And so our services consist of 6 pillars, and that is community safety, business growth, environmental justice, renewable energy, farm to table, and
Business.
and then business growth.
That's
And
your
so-
daughters.
yeah, and so we realize that it's going to take more than just us. We're welcoming others who are doing it, those who are not in competition, because we all have been graced to do whatever we do. There's no new thing under the sun, and we welcome the people to be a part of what we're doing as we're part of what others are doing. I've just joined a network in Gary, a network of pastors, and I don't mind getting behind them what they're doing because I know we are better together. So thank you, Chelsea. We're trying to do this thing for the glory of God and for the common good of the people. Do pray for us as we solicit your support.
Well, we always pray for you, and I just want to emphasize and reiterate how you all have thought out every piece of the puzzle. You know, if you've been incarcerated or you've just been down on your luck, people don't think about all the different pieces, like, yeah, I have a job, but where am I going to live? Or I want this job, but where do I get the training? So you all have taken the time to look at every aspect so that our citizens are covered. Now, if they want to start and get enrolled and get involved, what do they need to do?
You can come right here to our center, located at 1351 West 11th Avenue, and you can see one of our intake directors, educators, Patrick or Terry Sabbath, who's our program manager, and they can take them from here.
Is it free, Pastor? What do we have to pay anything?
Well, Work One and CWI provides funding
Okay.
for those who are looking to get in the trades of electrical, carpentry, plumbing, HVAC, or roofing. And we want to encourage those to start the core class first because the core class gives them a real good idea of where they want to be.
Okay.
And so that core class prepares them for their pathway that they would choose, whether it's carpentry or electrical, what have you. We're really trying to set up a robust system so that we can eliminate barriers and get those who are underserved here in the city of Gary connected with the workforce.
No excuse. You all are providing the opportunities. And so now, as I get ready to talk to this next gentleman, he encounters those who come to him with a lot of excuses and looking for resources. So these partnerships, these organizations, I saw Urban League and House and so many more. And then the other part of this, and I'll let you go, Apostle, city government. How important is it to get our city leaders involved? Because I saw them there here today as well.
I'm so thankful for those who was able to take the time. We know that all of them are busy and some could not make it, but we're grateful for those who did come and support and show some representation. Mike Suggs, along with Mark Spencer, and then we had
Linda
Barnes
Barnes,
Caldwell,
Mike Brown.
And we're thankful for the support that is shown, and we know others would be here if they
Yes.
didn't have such on their plate. But thank you all, and we're doing this together because we realize, again, better together.
Thank you, Apostle Dennis Walton. Always giving a good word, but with the good word, he gives the good works. Coming over here to join me, and I'm so happy Amber found him in the multitude. He's my friend. He's a mentor of mine, one of my first employers, a client, and the leader of Grace Beyond Borders out of East Chicago, Indiana. Mr. Martin, Marcus Martin is his name. I know you're probably overjoyed to hear all of these opportunities that are being put together because for those who don't know, Grace Beyond Borders addresses that population of those who have hunger insecurities, homelessness issues, employment issues, drug related complications in family and domestic. You encounter all of these things, and the things that are going to be happening in the center help to counter and provide resources to the population you serve. So talk about how Grace Beyond Border fits into this scenario.
Well, one, we service a lot of people from a variety of cities. We're just based in East Chicago,
That's right.
so we service a large population from Northwest Indiana. So it's critical that we know where the resources are to help people.
That's right.
And this today is
Wow.
It is awesome. You know, I've known Pastor Dennis Walton for some time pre-pandemic, and just to see his vision just grow and become reality is phenomenal.
Yes, indeed.
To the level, and from the time I met him, he never did things like this small half done. It's always been where he has a greater vision than you may have even thought he would.
Always
take
been
something.
like that.
So that was the key for me to see something that's so critical. I mean, without the job opportunities out here, being underemployed, many people can't afford these escalating rent costs.
Yes.
It's it's hard. It'll break your heart.
It does. You've taught me over the years, just working with you in Grace Beyond Borders, how the things that we take for granted and just, you flip on a light switch, oh, I'm cold, I need a blanket, but it's amplified now where we have the migrant situation now. We see it on a daily basis that there are individuals who, quite frankly, need all the help that they can get. And you, organizations like Grace Beyond Borders and now here at Faith Networks, we're filling in the gaps. How does that make you feel?
Well,
I know it's a ministry, but it's got to make you feel good.
There are resources out there, but then sometimes the resources don't take you where you need to be. We see today the importance. This building trade is critical for our young people, for all ages, but I'm saying our young people have to have hope. They have to have opportunities. They have to know that there are things for them to do. And
that they can stay here.
When I was coming up, because I'm older than you.
Just a little bit.
But when I was coming up, we had the steel industries going very strong. You could come out of high school, get a good job, and next thing you know, you're buying a car, a house.
You were good
but
to
all
go.
of that disappeared. Yeah. So now what has replaced it? And
Crime,
that's the gap.
Drug abuse and theft, all those kind of things crept in. People leaving the community. We have a lot of abandoned homes. I could go on. It has a long-standing effect.
And I worked in Gary 20 plus years.
That's right.
Fifth Avenue, 19 and a half years at the Boys and Girls Club. So I know a lot of the young people. And when I see them out there doing well, it brings such a great feeling. It's a fulfillment to see when our young people grow up and they are productive citizens now. But also I see the opposite of that.
Yep.
I get a lot of respect from people who are in homeless situations that were tied to Boys and Girls Club that didn't have those opportunities. So I think this is one opportunity now we can get them prepared to come in and take advantage. We prepare people for things.
Yes, indeed.
We don't just send you out and say go over there and call there. We want to make
follow
sure
up.
that you are make sure that they're prepared and take this serious and are committed and persistent about what's being offered here.
Well, Marcus Martin, Grace Beyond Borders, I know you're in the mix. I know you got to go. Go help. Go save the world, Mr. Martin. I'm going to talk to a few more people. But thank you so much for being here. You're welcome anytime, and I'll see you soon.
Extra large on the hoodie.
Oh, extra large? I love it. I love it. And a large. Oh, I love it. Who you with, hoodies? Oh, my goodness. Be still my heart. It's our councilman, Mark Spencer. Hey, Mark.
Hi, how are you?
I am doing great. I saw you in the audience, and I saw the look on your face.
Yep.
It was a look of joy. It was a look of promise. Now, for a person who has worked with young people for decades, stage and screen, we know that everybody's not going to hit the big stage or the screen.
It's true.
And opportunities abound in this facility and this partnership, both here and with CWI. Your reactions from a public service standpoint now.
Well, I tell you what, thank you so much for the opportunity to speak. Hello, everyone. I have the unique position of seeing this facility in the think tank process, the sketching on pad process. I was given the opportunity to tour this beautiful location in the faith stage.
Yes.
And sitting in the audience, I was blessed to sit in the front row. I don't like to sit in the front row.
Oh, no,
So
you're
getting
front row
used to
status,
it.
sir.
They forced me in the front row. But I saw a lot of what was discussed simply come to fruition today. And I was, first of all, very proud of FaithWorks, Pastor Walton and his beautiful family, as they toured the facility where I just saw 4 walls and a vision. And now the follow-through is so important, and we're seeing that now. And all of the benefits that lie ahead in terms of education, vocational experiences, opportunities for future electricians and carpenters.
That can stay right here.
that
That's
can
our
stay
thing.
Here.
Stay here.
And you took the words out of my mouth, to stay home, to build home. And I have a different POV point of view now, where I'm looking for growth and building, exponential growth over years, beyond months, of course, years and terms and for generations. And when you see pods like this, it gives a sense of hope and a renewed just dedication. And I'm proud of everybody. I'm
Well,
just
we're
grateful
proud
to
of
be
you
here.
too, Mark Spencer. Thank you for stopping by and
Thank you.
chatting with us. I know this won't be your last time.
No,
and just
no.
do me a favor with your network. Spread the word about these
I will.
opportunities. We're going to get these young people and adults employed, trained,
yep.
and thriving right here. Where? In
Ga-
our city.
In our city, Gary, Indiana. That's right. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark and Mark.
You.
Love
God
you
bless
too.
Bye, everybody.
She's here. She is here, Miss Urban League of Northwest Indiana herself. Of course, the Urban League is involved in this amazing project.
course.
Dr. Vanessa Allen McLeod. I'm going to have two hats on. I see Urban League. I also see school board member because
Yes.
anything that allows opportunity for our young people and our
Yes,
community,
absolutely.
I see you there. So give me your reaction today, and then tell me how the Urban League of Northwest Indiana will play a role with the thriving of this project.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chelsea. I'm so
Sure.
happy to be here in Gary, Indiana on 11th Avenue, which was the old
Salvation
Salvation
Army
Army
building, yeah.
location, so everyone knows where it is.
Okay.
Pastor Walton has partnered along with Center of Workforce Innovations to provide training and opportunities to people that need the assistance. And all they have to do is walk in the door. You know, it's free of charge.
Yes.
That you don't have to come in. Come as you are. That's what they tell us in church. Just
Yes,
come
indeed.
as you are. So anyone that know that Center for Workforce Innovations are sending their team here. Pastor Walton has his team here, and they have a number of computer labs set up. It's a wonderful space in here. They introduced us to the trainers. So what I'm going to do as an Urban League president CEO, I'm going to share this information through our MailChimp, get it out,
network, yes.
network. And then as a school board member, I'm going to mention that during one of the meetings. And I'm just going to encourage students and their parents.
Yes.
Come down and see what we have here.
Yes.
So many times we just don't know what's right here in our neighborhood. This is a jewel. This is a partnership. We're being inclusive, and it's all hands on deck. All of the partners are working together. So
Now I'm going to add a little icing to the cake that I'm sure you'll like. With the trades and the training
Yes.
that's going on, that's a great connection to the Gary Area Career Center.
absolutely.
We have those welding programs and
That
things
is
like that. So
true.
this is like all sewn in together as they're looking for
Exactly.
additional training
Exactly.
and certifications
Yes.
and jobs.
That's right.
It tells the whole story.
It does tell the whole story. So let's make sure that we continue to market this.
Yes.
And market it aggressively.
Yes, I got my marching orders.
Okay.
Doc.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Let's do
Dr.
it.
Vanessa Allen McLeod,
Thank
Urban League
you.
of Northwest Indiana, Gary Community School Corporation, school board member.
Yes.
Have an amazing weekend. I'm
Yes,
sure I'll
thank
see
you.
you out there.
We'll see each
Probably
other
elementary
somewhere.
games at
Somewhere,
West Side,
that's it,
something.
that's right.
Many things to do in our beautiful city.
Yes,
Love
thank
you,
you.
Doc.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Are we wrapping up, Amber? Do we have anybody else who wants to come up? Okay. Would you like to speak with us today? Or if you want to, you can. I know we did get you live a little earlier with Sunny Lou. All right. Well, come on over. We're live. You can come over and introduce yourself for those who missed our earlier video. Please share with us your name. We know that you are a critical piece to today's puzzle as well.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Pat Miller, and I am the instructor here for both our Adult Learning Center, so doing high school equivalency, HSE, or GED kind of testing.
Okay.
You could train and study here.
Oh,
So
you
we'll
are
have
a
class-
very critical piece.
Yeah.
So if I am someone who has been out of the classroom
Yeah.
an extended period of time,
Uh-huh.
let's say, what are some of the things that you will employ to make me feel comfortable to get back into the swing of things, to make me say, I can go ahead and get my high school equivalency. I'm going to stick with the program.
You know, I always try to make sure that the students are comfortable, and I hopefully do that by making it fun, making it interesting, making it related to life, anecdotally or really, if I can.
Yeah.
So I think all the students that have come in through my classrooms have been a pleasure to work with, and I think they sense that from me. So when that's reciprocal, they like being there.
Yeah.
And so even I've had students that were 60, I've had students that were 16.
Wow.
So it doesn't matter to me. I just enjoy teaching. I enjoy working with people. I enjoy helping.
Yes.
So it's made it great.
And before we wrap up, one last time, if you could tell anybody who's watching how they can get enrolled in these classes, what do they need to do?
you need to contact the Faith Community Center North here in Gary. You can contact me, myself, if you're interested in one of the classes here to register,
Okay.
and that'll get the process rolling. Do you want me to give you my number?
Whatever number they should call, because you will be surprised
right.
how many people watch this back.
All right. Well, if you'd like to get in contact with any of us here or interested in any of our programs, you can reach me at, my name is Pat Miller, and you can reach me at 219-248-7855.
Pat Miller, thank you so much
My
for
pleasure.
doing this amazing ministry in our city.
Thank you.
And with that, we're going to do a separate video of the walkthrough of today's center. Now that the ribbon has been cut, I want to thank you for tuning in. I'm Chelsea Whittington of CWIT PR. I want to remind you that today the CWIT Sauce newsletter dropped that goes out to 40,000 of you, and you just keep sharing it and sharing it. It has this information and all other information that's taking place this weekend and over the next 2 weeks with our clients right here in Northwest Indiana and Chicago. So thank you so much for tuning in, and please share this video. We'll see you next time.